For lesson 9-2, we will complete function tables. So we're going to be making a lot of x, y tables here. The x being the input values or the domain, so we call this the domain. And the y is what we get out, is our range. And the reason we set it up like that is because of the formula y equals mx plus b. We're usually putting x values into equations and we get y values out. And this thing right here is a function table. Okay, a function is just an equation like y equals 3x plus 2. So this is a function right here. Back in grade school, you probably looked at this like a number machine. Okay, and so you pick values for x, you plug them into your function or equation, and then you follow order of operations and get your output range values, and those are your y's. And from there, you know what we're going to be doing further along is we're going to be graphing those values and making lines and talking about slope and intercepts and things like that. So let's get started. This is kind of how this looks. This is how it's read. F of 4. So whenever you see an F with a 4 in parentheses, you'd say F of 4. So find F of 4 if F of x equals x minus 8. Okay. I know there's a lot here. Don't let it confuse you. When it says F of x, that just means the function of x equals x minus 8. And they're telling you what to put in. So they're saying find f of 4. So you just take your 4 and plug it in for x. Okay? And f of x basically represents your y. Okay? So if you were to substitute f of x, basically again here we're thinking y equals x minus 8. But you will see it written as f of x equals x minus 8. Just think this f of x, that's your range, that's your output, that's what you're looking for an answer. And so f of 4 just means all we're going to do is substitute 4 in for the x. So we used to do these problems before. It would say x minus 8 if x equals 4. And so you just substitute that number into the expression and solve. This is no different from that. So all you're going to do here is you're going to do 4 plus negative 8, and there's your f of x. So you're going to say, and it is important here that we put a 4 in there. So now it's not f of x anymore, it's f of 4. And so we're going to say f of 4, the function of 4 equals negative 4. So when you have negative 4 in, so if you did an xy table, and you put negative 4 in, you're going to get positive 4 out. That's what that's saying. So your work here for homework is going to look just like this. You're going to start by copying the original, and then you are going to work it out, and you're going to have this part right here. So you're going to copy the original function, you're going to substitute your number in for the x value, and then you're going to solve. And that's it. So all this stuff here is just extra that I wanted to show you. So again, we're going to say f of x equals 3x plus 4, and then we're going to say f of negative 6 equals 3 times negative 6 plus 4. So f of negative 6, follow your order of operations, we get negative 18 plus 4, and so f of negative 6 equals negative 14. And this would be your final answer. This all right here would be expected in your homework. So first of all, it's copying the original function, it's substituting your function value in anytime you see x, so there and there, and then it's just following order of operations and solving. Okay, again, f of x basically just means y, so f of x is the same thing as your y, but instead of putting y over here, use the f of x, so that way we get in the habit of seeing it like that. So, for example 3, it says, complete the function table for f of x equals 4x minus 1, then state the domain and range of the function. Okay, so this right here, your input is always your domain. So we don't need to actually like list it at the end. Output is always your range. Okay, so if we get in a habit of saying that. So here when we see x and we see f of x, remember f of x equals y. Okay, so this is y is also your range also. So we're going to do all these input values. Okay, so let's just go ahead and plug this in. We say 4 times negative 3 minus 1. Well, that's negative 12 minus 1 would be negative 13. So we're going to do 4 times negative 2 minus 1. That'd be negative 8 minus 1 is negative 9. Notice here what's happening. Okay, let's do 4 times negative 1 minus 1. That's negative 4 minus 1 more is negative 5. Again, notice what's happening over here. We get a minus 4. We get a minus 4. Should we have predicted that? Or I'm sorry, it's not a minus 4. My apologies. We're actually doing a plus 4 because our number's getting closer to 0, aren't they? So we're going to say plus 4, plus 4. We should have been able to predict that because look at your coefficient. Your coefficient is a positive 4. So that means our common difference for our sequence that we learned yesterday is going to be a positive 4. So again, we'll complete this. We'll do 4 times 0 is 0, minus 1 is negative 1. 4 times 1 is 4, minus 1 is 3. Again, the common difference stayed at plus 4. And these all went up by 1. So as long as these term values are going up by 1, and then our common difference is equal to our coefficient. So basically what we did yesterday is we created expressions. Now today we're using those expressions to complete function tables. And then in the future we're going to be able to take these function tables as x and y's, and we will be able to graph them as ordered pairs x, y's. And that's how we'll be able to start to form our graphs using equations. For example, for the price for parking at a city lot is $3 plus $2 per hour. Write a function using two variables to represent the price of parking for h hours, then determine how much it would cost to park at the lot for 2 hours. So they want us to do using two variables. All right, so normally I always like using x and y, but in this case, they want it to be h hours. So since we're writing a function, one of my variables is just going to be f of h, and that's fine. This is considered a variable. Remember, f of h equals y basically for us. So just use f of h, and then we'll write equals, okay, it's $3 plus $2 per hour. Whenever we say per hour, we're multiplying here. So I'm going to say 2h plus our $3. Okay, so $3 plus $2 per hour would be 2h plus 3. This is our function. Now they want us to solve it for 2 hours. So now I'm going to do f of 2 equals 2 times 2 plus 3. So f of 2 equals 4 plus 3. And f of 2 equals $7. Okay, so all this would be expected for your homework. Here's your function, though. That's one of your answers. And then here is the solution for what it would cost for $2, or sorry, 2 hours. It would be $7. So when it asks you to do two variables, don't think you need two separate letters. Remember, a function is written as f of whatever variable you're choosing. So don't do like f of y equals 2h plus 3. Actually, you have a lot of things going on there. F of y doesn't make sense because you don't actually have a y in the function, so I don't understand what to do. So make sure that whatever variable you put in the parentheses is the same variable that's in the problem. So in this case, h is here, so it has to be there. So these two things right here should match. Whatever variable is over here, you should have that inside your parentheses. And then you just have f, which stands for function. So function of h, because this here is a function of h. Okay? So hopefully that'll help get you started for homework. If you have any questions with the book assignment, be sure to check the step-by-step homework helper that I've loaded onto Moodle, or you could try watching some of the online tutorials for extra practice.